Hey, it's Raptor, and I'm back, and I think I have a rather stunning conclusion, and the conclusion is, as you can see, Bean Castletown, that arrow points down. Now, I knew that Bean Castletown was down, but in the last episode, I thought I needed to maybe go this way and go down, but I think what that arrow is telling me that I actually need to not be going in that direction, so I've come to the conclusion that what my problem was yesterday, why I was getting my ass royally handed to me, is because I don't think I'm actually supposed to be going in that direction. I think I'm supposed to be going in this direction, and that's why I ended up running into a series of more challenging enemies than I was willing to face, was because that was the game's way of being like, Raktar, let me just tell you right now, you should probably not be going after these enemies, because basically you're gonna get your ass handed to you, because they are not intended to be the enemies that you want to be fighting right now. And so I feel as though that was probably my end-all be-all mistake, was the fact that I didn't realize that the game was throwing ridiculously hard enemies at me, because it was telling me, no, don't go that way. Only a fool would go in this direction right now. And I was clearly being a fool, but today, I'm ready to stop being a fool. I'm also ready for this guy. Okay, fuck this guy. He's not even gonna pop out down here. I'd also like to say that as an added addendum to all of that, which I just stated, I would like to say I am sorry about yesterday's episode, because I made very little progress. Like, I see now that, oh crap, I can't make that anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I see now that my dead focus on, I would just refused to accept that I couldn't go that direction. And basically, it caused me to like, oh, can't break that rock yet. Alright, cool. So yeah, I was so focused on going that way that I just did not realize that I was basically going to have an episode with absolutely no progress. So I just want to say sorry about yesterday's episode, and the fact that I really didn't make any progress because I was so damn focused on beating those enemies. But today, surely progress will be made. Maybe I need a better hammer though, because clearly some of these, there's a lot of rocks that they are throwing in early on in this game that I cannot break, whereas in previous Mario RPG titles, they're very sparing with the rocks that you can't break right off the bat. Like, I feel like they make it a point to kind of be like, there's gonna be some rocks you can break, there's gonna be some rocks you can't break. Which finally brings us, though, to where I really want to be going in life, which is progress towards Bean Town, which, look at this, I was right there. I was basically right next to Bean Town. There was gonna be nice, easy enemies waiting for me, and I had to ruin it all by continuously dying in places where I shouldn't have even been fighting. Although it appears to me that I must not be in Bean Town yet, or if I am, it means that Bean Town is infested by baddies. Oh shit, I just went over something that I can't... Oh no, duh, I can go back over with my jump. I thought... I guess there is gonna be something, yep. There's gonna be some way to lower that gate later, but there's not now, so I just need to not worry about that at the moment time being. And here we go. This is definitely a big old bridge with smiley faces on it. Oh, but it has been. My original thoughts, I thought to myself, I was like, dude, the fact that there's enemies just chilling right outside the gate, this place must have been ravaged by war. And clearly, it has been ravaged by one hell of a war. By the way, I tend to mention this in Mario games when they have, like, scenes in Mario games that are a little more devastating than your average. Like, look at this! This is way more devastating than your average Mario game. Mario games, the worst that they usually have is, like, some guy sitting down because he got hurt and he's like, I got hurt. But in this game, they're like, please, make it stop. Like, look at that guy's basically dead. I hope that you didn't think that that dude was alive, because I'm telling you right now, he's dead. His family should already be making funeral. This old guy, it is said that the Beanstar is hidden up in Bean Castle. What if, my gosh, what if Cackletta hopes to get her hands on the Beanstar? Or the Beanstar. I don't know why I was saying Beanstar. This is the only store that's going to stay open with the town in such a bad state. Dude, holy shit, Cackletta, like, basically killed people. They might as well, like I was saying, might as well be making funeral preparations, but there's a store open. And that means, even though shit seems to be in a pretty bad state of affairs, I'm going to check out the store, because in these games, it's one of the types of RPGs where, basically there's always going to be some slightly better gear that you're going to want to purchase. Oh no, there's no gear at this store. Just a mushroom store. I'm not going to waste my money on mushrooms unless I find that I'm running low on mushrooms, which I don't. So, this store is totally worthless to me. Guess what? I'm leaving. Sorry, bud. you might have thought that you were going to get some sweet, sweet business from ye old Mario Brothers, but guess what? Wait, Bean Cast. Oh, it means this. I thought that this looked like an angle, so I thought it was something I could jump up on top of, and I was being very foolish and very stupid. Something gives me the feeling, though, that at Bean Castle, the battles are not going to stop. Like, I'm going to be in Battleville Central. Luckily, though, potentially, the battles at Bean Castle are going to be much easier than... Oh, what the fuck? I don't even know who's on my side in this game and who is not on my side in this game, because, you know, in the Mushroom Kingdom, it's easy. You basically know that if it's like an evil-looking Koopa, he's not on your side, and if it's like a Penji or some kind of... If it's like a Penji or a nice Goomba or like somebody like that, you know they're on the side. Here, all these green guys, I feel like some of them seem to be evil and some of them seem to be D-bags. Also, clearly, sadly, as always, Luigi is always getting his... Is that it? Is that how... I love that people... This is actually like a trope, I feel, in the Mario series. In the RPG series. They have Mario, like, jump or something, and they're like, well, he did the Mario jump, so he's gotta be Mario. But poor fucking Luigi, once again, even though he's been there from day one, he may not be Mario himself, but he is one of the Mario brothers. Like, he's been there from the very first adventure. In fact, if you're two-player-in, when Mario dies, Luigi takes up the reins immediately, so Luigi's doing half the work. Kind of a poor, shitty life to always be, like, hauling half the load, and always having dudes being like, who the fuck is, what's a Luigi? Because the fact of the matter is, a Luigi is a freaking champion who, you know, I gotta say, I'm probably a bigger fan of Luigi than I am Mario. I actually don't know about that. And look, this is basically, these people in this area, I think should love Luigi, because they're all green. Luigi wears green clothes. They should know, just sight unseen, that Luigi's totally on their side. Oh, let's not mess up the box like I always do, because I, for some reason, seem to have a tendency to mess up these boxes, and I don't... Oh, shit! I don't get the maximum amount of coins out of them, and that makes me unhappy, because I want them sweet, sweet coins for when I actually get a gear store, and not Master Mario and Master Luigi. Who could it possibly be? I really have no idea. I don't know anybody here. In fact, let me be sure here when I say, look, there we go. She knows Luigi. This person knows Luigi. I was about to say, though, I don't know how this person can know me, because I have never met this person in my life, but apparently she knows the Mario and Luigi fame. I'm surprised that people who know the fame of Mario and Luigi, though, like those guys at the gates, would know the jump, but they wouldn't know the fact that Mario and Luigi are the guys in green and red. Like, seriously, you should be like, oh, look at their fucking clothes. One's taller, one's shorter and chubbier. This is obviously the Mario and Luigi of legend, but instead they're like, he's got to do a jump. That's how we know it's Mario, is because he did a stupid little jump that makes me know if you two are indeed the true Mario Brothers, you must prove it by... Oh my god. This is amazing. The game is finally, for once in the history of ever, doing something that they never do. They're calling attention to the fact that Mario and Luigi are plumbers. Seriously. Let's just think about that for a moment and let that set in. This game never ever sits there and is like, Mario and Luigi, you know those guys have jobs? They're not just unemployed. They're just not just unemployed chumps. They're actually plumbers. They don't just, like, kill Bowser for a living, or they don't defeat, they never kill Bowser, which is a mistake. I'm sure everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom would have a way better life if they just killed Bowser, but they don't just do that for a living. You know, they actually go to work, they punch in their time cards too, like the rest of America, and okay, I understand what I'm supposed to do here. Mario and Luigi, of course, it seems like any old chump could have done that fixing job, but hey, I'm no plumber. Maybe it's a lot more, I mean, I know real life plumbing is a lot more complex than that, but if Bean Kingdom plumbing is purely a matter of just walking up to a thing and hitting like a stone into a thing with a hammer, I'd say that this land probably has some of the shittiest plumbers ever. Like, it's no wonder... Oh god. These guys have a slightly different timing pattern than their brethren from the roads of the kingdom, because... Okay, we gotta... Oh, shit! Whoa. You know, that timing pattern is actually more similar to the timing pattern of their spikies from the before times. And boom, shaka shitlaka, Mario is finally level 9. I don't even know. I feel like Mario, I know this is crazy. I'm a power and BP man, you know that. Mario could use some HP. I know it's crazy talk for me to be like, Mario could use some HP. He dies a lot more than Luigi because I never ever give him the sweet, sweet, fat HPs. And I feel guilty about that because, you know, he needs them. He needs them bad. You know what, though? I'm actually going to go for Stash. I've never talked about Stash. Stash is... And that was a great Stash bonus. Stash is luck. Whenever you've seen me in a battle and you see me get a hit and it does a shit ton of damage and says lucky... That's because that's because of the stash. And the higher your stash is, your moustache, as it were, the more likely you are to... Is that it? That's the full repair? Alright, shit, I didn't realize that was the full repair right there, but that's clearly the full repair. But yeah, so the higher your stash level is, the more likely you are to get hits like that. But I wanted to focus on my base stats before I relied on... See, that's the problem, though, is... What's interesting about that is it doesn't affect your luck that much. Like, it affects your luck a little bit, but it doesn't give you, like, basically a free pass to just be doing weak attacks all the time. Like, I think I am going to start trying to put a few more points into stash level just because, like I said, it is legitimately what I would say a valuable endeavor to put points into stash, but I probably won't be investing too much in it. So, time to head out, see if I have not fixed all the plumbing. I have only fixed... but a mere portion of the plumbing, apparently. I thought I'd fixed it all, but... And fucking, why is their basement so infested with these things? But I actually feel as though, since I was not able to fix all the plumbing, that it's probably a good time for me to end this episode right here. And in the next episode, I will continue to fix the plumbing of the Bean Bean Castle. This has been Raktar. Thank you for watching.